So, how many of you have the problems in your life? Like in your career, in your health, and in your relationship? Raise your hand. How many of you have problems in your life? Like any kind of problem?
Problems.
Okay. Okay, great. So, today the topic I said the problem and the gift from God. I'm going to tell a story. So you're going to shift your mindset about how you perceive the word we call the problem. I mean, it's not a real problem. I mean, once you hear my story, and then you will know what a problem really means. So, let me tell a quick story about how I find this wisdom, the problem, and the gift from the God. So, this back to about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, at that time, I was in serious depression, and I was really depressed and highly depressed. And at that time, I tried about 20 jobs, and I was a university dropout. So I dropped out of uni about 8 years ago. Then I went to start business because I read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. How many of you heard about the book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki? Yeah, it's a really good book, and it's good for financial education. So I read a book. I thought uni actually is for to train people like like slaves. You work in a corporate, you become a slave. A lot of people want to quit a job. So I read a book. I thought I'm gonna be trained like slaves. I don't want to be that way. So I decided rather than work as a slave in a corporate, I'm gonna start my business because I'm gonna follow Robert Kiyosaki's advice. So at the time, I didn't have any skill. I was in a uni, and then I just thought, apart from that, my academic result was not good because I was in 4 subjects. I failed straight. So the university professor said you have to, do something. You have to repeat, and I didn't want to pay for the fee to repeat. I thought, how about I'm just quit rather than just repeat. Then I repeat, then I quit, then I started, getting into jobs, different jobs, first time I tried a sales job, and what kind of sales job? I did door knocking, bang, 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 try to sell the energy. I did door knocking, try to bang, 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 sell someone's property. Then I did some of the fundraising on the street, and try to, try to get people to donate to a charity. I've done that one. I also, try to work kind of business. I try to sell supplement to people, and then I also try to sell the, luxury items like watches and items on the online shop. I also try to sell some of the softwares, and I also try to sell some of the online training education program, website, digital marketing. So I tried a bunch of stuff. I was like a hustler. Anyone heard about this word called hustler? Yeah, a lot of entrepreneurs, especially that are trying to get a bit into business. I know Oscar's girlfriend is trying to get a business. They're gonna hustle. So I heard about from one of the heavy social media influencer, named Gary Vee. Anyone heard about Gary Vee? Yeah, he's very big. So with hustle, you have to working hard. So I followed his advice. I was working hard. I was trying different things. Then reach a point. Everything I tried is not working, and I failed about like 7 business. I went to 20 jobs, and most of them sales jobs. Then some of them I didn't like the product. Some of them I got fired. Then so my life, I was really inspired to become an entrepreneur. Then my life going down. I raised to a bottom, and then I got into depression. And I thought, why I'm trying so many things? My life's not working. Why God did this to me? I was really frustrated. That's one day I wake up in the morning, and my body just didn't work. I just feel my energy was really low. I feel I'm, I want to do something. I want to do something to get myself out of this emotion. And then at that time I listened to one of the motivational speakers, named is Tony Robbins. Anyone heard of Tony Robbins before? Yeah, Anthony Robbins, his name is. He's going to come to Australia in September. I went to his seminar before. So I was listened to his talk. I said, you have to change your physiology. You have to do something, otherwise you're going to feel depressed. I said, I'm going to do something. So what am I going to do? Then I just jumped on the bed, and then I decided to go to the park and start running. So I started going to the park and running, and Tony Robbins has some of the motivational talk, and he has some of the way try to motivate people. So he said you have to do something called incantation. What incantation means, you have to use some of the language, every speak language, and that's going to motivate you, inspire you. So I listened to his talk, then was repeat. I was so I started yelling. I started roaring. Then ROAR, by the way. So then it feels like crazy. The people in the park and until you start in the morning, just remember. So a lot of people wake up in the morning, they just enjoy like a sunny start of the morning. I'm going to park for a walk with a partner. Maybe they have the dog. And I was the guy is different. I was the guy. I always feel highly motivated, highly inspired, and I went to the park and I just started running crazy and then started listening to that motivational talk and started yelling and started then some of the people like in the park say, who is this guy, what is doing? And there's a guy who come here to stop me. He said, what are you doing, buddy? And you are disrupting us. We are just like we are relaxing. We are walking in the dog in the park, and you're crazy. I mean, and I was really frustrated, and I just say, fuck off, man. I'm really angry, and I want to change my life. I'm doing something to change my life. You stop me changing my life. So I just get out of my way. This guy said I was really like lost. He said, I didn't call police. He actually called police. I didn't know where he came, but he called police. And the police come here, and initially I didn't saw it come to me, but the police stopped me. Come down. I said, what happened? I said, you are doing something, someone called police and said you are doing something terrible in the park. And say, I didn't do anything, I didn't kill anybody, I'm not criminal. So the police said, there's someone called it, and then they arrest me. Then didn't get me into the police station or jail, but they put me in the hospital because they thought I got some mental health issue. So I went to the hospital, and but it started morning. Remember, most people didn't go to hospital. I went to hospital, then I was sitting on a chair, I was waiting, and I calmed down, my emotion calmed down. Then I start thinking, I said, why? Why my life like this way? Why? What happened to me? I was working hard. I was trying to be successful, and I want to be successful, and because I didn't want to, I didn't want to, I didn't want to feel like a loser, and I wanted to be successful. Why my life like this? I was questioning myself. Then as an old lady just come out. I remember I was about 65 or 60 years old. She come out and then say me, your name is Jason, yeah? Yes, my name is Jason. I said, come with me. I said, I went to a small room with a lady. She stayed down. She asked a question. What's your name? I said, my name is Jason. How old you are? Blah blah. Finish. And so he asked me a lot of questions. I can remember, and it's kind of like doing a police check, or it's kind of doing just a bunch of questions. Just trying to find out if I'm wrong, if I got some mental health issue. And then once you finish all of the questionnaire, and she thought, looks like you are fine, and looks like you don't have any issue. I checked your medical history, and it looks like you don't have mental health issue. I thought, yeah, I'm okay. She said, then why do you come here? I said, I don't know. The police get me here. I want to get out of here. And they said, sure. And then you are ready to go. But before you go, I thought you got a bit of depression and anxiety. Yes. Then I told him why it happened. I said, look at your age. I think you are put yourself on too much pressure. And I thought maybe. So I walk out, and there's a park, and a lot of people play rugby, play sport. They get a family gathering. They're really happy. And I calmed down. I thought about myself. I thought, why am I like this way? So I made a decision. I'm gonna change my life. So I started searching for a new way and to living a new life. Then I found a life coach, one become my mentor, who actually taught me how to coach myself. And so once I developed a skill and how to coach myself, and I found then I found another dinner coaching course. I learned about one thing. The one thing is because dinner coaching course, I learned about how to heal my emotion, my pain. Then once I heal, I learned about one thing. The one thing is the problem as a gift from God. Because once I heal myself, now I get the skill. I'm able to help other people like me and go through the same journey. and solve the same problem. So once I finished the coaching course, I realized one thing: problems are the gift from God. If I don't have the problem, I will never be able to develop the coaching skill, be able to coach myself. So I have the skill to be able to help other people. So I have the gift to pass to other people. So before I finish speech, I just want to remember this: problems are the gift from God. Yes.